Hi, I'm Vince. So, I've been often asked by many people interested in magic, dark magic, and the occult, is demons real? Well, I'll give an answer to that question. Are demons real? Well, it depends on what you mean by demons. If you mean are there beings that reign in hell, serve in hell, and possess and plague the living, then no, there are no demons with red pointy horns and um, red hot poker sticks that are plunged into your flesh if you do not concur and obey their will. However, they are demons in the archetypal form, and that is the demons that you encounter and play with when you use magic. Now, what do I mean by archetypal? Well, Jung could answer that more succinctly better than I could. Well, he could give his understanding and explain it more succinctly than I could. My understanding of an archetypal entity as a being that resides in our collective subconscious, a force rather that resides in our collective subconscious that manifests in an embodied form but is manifested from us, from the individual, from the person that is using magic. Now, that entity, that force, can take on many different forms. The personification of that force is determined by the individual and the individual's understanding on that element. Therefore, if you're wanting to evoke Juno, if you're wanting to invoke an element, if you wanted to evoke Bacchus, if you're wanting to evoke the Leviathan, whatever, right? There's a whole pantheon hierarchy of demons. There are so many, hundreds. You can go through them, but it's irrelevant. Now, each demon has a corresponding table, category of features, behaviours, symbols, everything that you can attribute to that demon. And these things are all taken into consideration and studied by the sorcerer. And once he performs his ritual and ceremony, then the consciousness is filled, saturated with that individual's understanding, and he experiences a sort of oneness with that force. What's it like? It's more. You know what it's like? It's like being intoxicated, being drunk, or being high. Taking cannabis. It's like your consciousness is altered temporarily for a fixed state of time that you control if you know what you're doing. Why is there so many warnings against dabbling with this? Because some people do not have that control and cannot end it when they want to. So being saturated with that archetypal force, that entity, can last a lot longer than you want it to. That altered state of consciousness, just like if you take a lot of cannabis and you're having a bad trip, or you take a lot of ecstasy or STP and you want to calm down, just like when you're having a bad trip on LSD and you're having a pseudo hallucination and you don't want it to last much longer. It's very similar. And if you're weak-willed, weak-minded, and you don't understand the evocation process, how to start it and end it, then you're going to end up mentally and emotionally hurt and disturbed by this. Now, can you use dark magic on others? Well, of course you can. Anything you can do to yourself, you can do to other people. It's just more nuanced and more difficult to sustain and project. And in a way, it does come back on you. But not in the conventional general understanding of conjuring up demons or spirits to attack other people. I've heard that if you conjure up an entity, then you'll pay in a sort of karmic fashion 3 times over for what you've done to that individual who you've targeted. No, that's nonsense. Doesn't work that way. But it's very similar to what I explained before. If you conjure up something, manifest it, and target another person with it, then you may encounter the same problems you did if you just manifested it for your own use. You may not be able to control it, and it will fill you, saturate you, embody you. You could become obsessed, and obsession is the first stage to full possession. That's another subject. Anyway.